Hey guys, what is going on out there today? Brent Abel here, goldballhunting.com. Hope you're having a spectacular day so far, wherever you are. That dude over there, Jeff Jacklich. And today we are going to continue to talk about the backhand volley. So hang in there with us because we got something very cool that we want to share with you.
So the big question is this. How are tennis players like us who never played on the tour, weren't incredible juniors, or maybe got a late start to the game, how do we consistently compete at our highest skill level without having to grind through endless hours of on-court practice time and still be in the hunt for the victory match after match? That is the question, and Gold Ball Hunting gives you the answers by helping you eliminate your skill level range so that you build a strong foundation of confidence. My name is Jeff Jacklich, and along with Brent Abel, my partner, welcome to Gold Ball Hunting.
Jeffrey, what is going on there, dude? Looks like you're at the temple of the Gold Ball Central behind you.
Temple of Gold here at the Brent Abel GBH headquarters.
Northern California, by the way.
Northern California section.
Yes. All right, cool. Well, I understand it's a beautiful day up there. Mine and I are still here in Steamboat Springs, Colorado for another couple of weeks. But I'm assuming Northern California is treating you so far so good since you've been back.
Beautiful. I got to get my, my nose and everything, in the new Northern Cal, the stuff. I'm kind of like, okay, wait a second. I didn't have that back in Michigan, that issue. So this is like new. And it's okay. It's just gotta get reacclimated,
Right. That's good. Well,
this Italian profile, you gotta.
Yeah, it seems a little different than it was in Pontiac, Michigan.
Yeah. So anyway,
cool.
It's great. It's great to be back here in NorCal and just that crisp, cool morning, crystal clear blue sky.
Nice.
Just
fall.
It just begs you to get out there and hit a tennis ball.
Cool. Well, listen, guys. Speaking of getting out there and hitting a tennis ball, just so you know who we are trying to help. Jeff and I are trying to coach. I mean, we're really looking at, you guys and gals who are currently playing tournaments, whether they're national events, whether local, regional, whatever. But you guys who are really looking to get through the next couple of rounds from where you are right now. And for league players who seriously want to move up to the next rating label, right? I mean, those are really and look, you could be that kind of player. I play some league stuff, not much, but I play some. And we are going to the Nationals in February in Lake Nona in Florida. And I enjoy that thing, but I'm also playing, as you know, Jeff, a ton of tournaments. So those are really the players that we're trying to help. Got to be honest with you, if you're not in that group, if you're just kind of a dabbler, just kind of seeing, wow, let me see if I can do what Fed does today. Maybe this afternoon I'll go watch a YouTube thing. And, Fed had that little karaoke footwork going through that thing. I wondered if I can show the fellows that. We're probably not a good fit for you, right? Because I don't think we're going to be showing you the Fed, the Rafa, as to how to get the job done. If you are a tournament player, you want to get through the next few rounds from where you're at now. Or if you're a 3-0, 3-5, 4-0, whatever rating label it is, if you really want to get to that next rating label level, then hang in there with us. Jeff, we've been working on the backhand volley for a good solid week. We're right in the middle today, Saturday. We got an offer for a backhand volley course out there that has got some other goodies along with the offer, the forehand volley. We're talking also, there's another training video in there, which is when you start up at net in doubles, about what are the only 3 volley targets that you really ever need to consider, depending on what type of incoming ball you're having to receive. And then, of course, the fourth thing that we've got in there is a great training video on that nasty slice forehand approach.
The forehand, yes.
God,
yes,
that is just mean. I mean, it's like, we're so often taught to just take that approach out in the forehand side and just thump it big time. And I see way too often that it actually gets topped too much and it goes over there and just sits up, right? So this thing does the opposite. It doesn't sit. It actually skids. It stays low. and it creates a lot of havoc over there. So so this offer we've got for the backhand volley really is comprised of 4 training videos.
Yeah.
$388 of value in there. We're charging a measly $37 until tomorrow night, which is Sunday, October 13th, 11 p.m. Pacific. Jeff, we've got a great comment over at YouTube from our boy Mike Lamens out of Denver, Colorado, a few days ago. And before I have you kind of tee it up for us, Mike is the inventor of the QM1, which is the quick mount. It's a fence mount for your camera. And it's something that I use every time I go on the court to record a What's the Right Shot episode or any of my courses. It's just like, it's the coolest thing ever because it's so easy to put your camera on there, and he's got it smartly kind of notched because you can adjust the top of it in terms of the angle.
The pitch.
But he shows you, well, if you put it here, it's perfect. And so you don't have to kind of, be looking at the camera, looking at your phone and all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's perfect. And then the thing telescopes down into something that'll fit into your tennis bag. And then it obviously telescopes out to where you can just, hang it up off the fence. It's very, very cool. It's very cool. I've done it not only on the outdoor fences, but I've done it indoors on the tarps, and you can figure out with the tarps how to kind of get it solid. But Mike's the inventor. His website's mytennistools.com, and he's got some other accessories and cameras and that kind of cool stuff over there. But definitely, if you're serious about getting to the next couple rounds of the tournament, or actually if you're a league player going up to that next rating label, you got to get serious about video. It is like the biggest reality check in the history of reality checks, and the QM1 fence mount will make it super easy to record your video. Jeff, what did
I think it's something to jump in here. I think there's a massive reality check when you actually see yourself not in necessarily stroke production. That's one thing. But when you see yourself actually playing in a real match, not a practice match, but a real match that counts, and you see yourself reacting or not reacting, footwork, not footwork. When you see that, it can be a massive eye-opener, reality check like that is off the charts. And so the value in just being able to witness yourself, how you're actually, conducting yourself.
First of all, two things. A real match, by definition, as you said, not a practice match. A real match is a tournament match or a league match where the results are made public.
Yes.
The rest of the world can go discover how you did in that match. Those are the players that we're helping. Those are the players that are sort of in the gold ball hunting tribe. Yes. But the other thing with video is that, my gosh, shot choice and court positioning are like, wow, I hit this great shot out wide. I stretched the guy out, and what? I backed up? What?
Yeah. Or I stood there and watched.
Right. It's just, it's the greatest reality check. So, Mike, hope you're appreciating the love that we're giving you here, man. mytennistools.com. Jeff, what did Mike have to say on one of our backhand volley comments the other day over at YouTube?
Yeah, well, this from he was commenting on episode 267. Again, we're talking about the backhand volley, and he says, "Where were you 20 years ago when I needed you guys? The out in front, in quotations, part was always confusing to me. I found it impossible to hold a continental grip and reach out towards the net, out in front, without getting my wrist in an impossible situation. I was always embarrassed that I was not able to follow that simple instruction. Now I know it was not me or my weird wrist per se, but the concept that was not understood properly." And then he also makes a note here that says, he's not necessarily blaming his coaches, but there was a disconnect between the instruction and the implementation of it, and just couldn't quite put it together. Like, where is that? Where is out in front?
Mike, I'm going to blame your coaches because well, look, I was told the same thing, and it didn't work for me the same way it didn't work for Mike. I actually taught it. My students had no results, right? And so It is the coach's fault that if you're going to be that general with your instruction, play it out in front. You got to understand that that's not specific enough as to what out in front means. And all of us, myself, Mike Lemens, and like a million other players who heard that, I'm sure took liberties with out in front. And we just got the full extender going. And I think for a lot of players, it sort of morphed into, well, why don't I start in my ready position already out in front, which were the arms completely straight, a completely non-athletic position in terms of being able to react to the ball on my right, ball at me, or ball on my left, right? So, Mike, you're right. It's not your fault, and it is your coach's fault. And so, but a great comment. I really, because Mike's a good player. Mike's a really strong 4-5 player. I played him a few years ago, first round in Minneapolis in the indoors. And Mike came out, literally couldn't miss a ball. And the next thing I know is I'm down a set, and it's 3-all in the second, and I'm going, I wonder how much it's going to cost me to change my flight to go back home. Because I was pretty well convinced that Mike was going to win the match, and I just kind of grubbed my way finally to a third set victory. But he's a good player, so I'm sure if he was confused about it, that a lot of players were. So look, so Jeff, we've got in this course that we're offering that again, the offer ends tomorrow night, Sunday night, the 13th of October, 11 p.m. Pacific. We got 4 very cool things in this offer. We got 2 master classes. Number 1 is the backhand volley. We're going to show you the 3 simple steps. We're actually teeing up Mr. Jacklich, who's got a fairly clean-looking backhand volley. Wow. And it makes it, and in fact, you were even mentioning, I think, off the recording, of that the more simple, the more clean you make it based on good posture and balance, now you can actually make the ball do what you want to do. You want to be consistent with where it lands over there. You'd like to give it a little bit of natural underspin, backspin, so that when it lands, it just doesn't check up and sit up. It actually skids and stays low, so that when the opponent does get there, whether it's singles or doubles, now they're kind of playing in the dirt, and the options, the shot choice options, are not great for them. But it helps you build confidence. I mean, look, if there's one part of your game where you're kind of low in the confidence meter, it just kind of leaks everywhere else into other parts of your game. And so when the backhand volley is confident, or when yours is confident with what I just described, and especially when you get offensive opportunities, whether you're starting up at net and doubles and someone pops something up, now you can go over there and a boomshke, right? And you can create some damage. Or just a transitional volley, whether you're playing serve and volley in singles or serve and volley in doubles. When you've got the right posture balance and then the right stroke technique, you can do some damage off that transitional volley if you're just not on top of the net. I mean, if you're halfway between the baseline and service line, how many times, Jeff, have you taken that thing that we see inside the course and just go, oh, this is going to be fun? And so 4 things.
I get to hit this again?
Yeah,
I get to hit this again?
Why do they keep giving me this? Why do they keep doing this? It's so much fun. I feel like saying thank you at the end of the match and going, thank you for, no, never mind. I better not say that. So 4 things. You get the 2 master classes in the backhand volley technique. Same thing with the forehand volley technique. That would be kind of mean, kind of a tease to not include that as well, right? Yeah. The third thing, as I mentioned earlier, is that we've got only the 3 doubles targets for your volley that you ever really need to consider. And then the 4th thing is just that nasty forehand slice approach. Oh, so much fun. So much fun. Guys, down below, if you're on the YouTube channel, just down below in the description area, you'll find the link. We'll take you to the order page. Again, it's just a one-time charge, $37. Get you inside the full course. And then if you're over on iTunes or Stitcher or the audio format, somewhere right on top of the show notes is a link that will take you to the order form. Guys, jump on that before tomorrow night, Sunday at 11 p.m. Pacific, because then it is sayonara. Goes back to the retail pricing for everything. Any parting words of wisdom that you're just itching to dispense out there today, Mr. Jacklich?
I think, as we were talking about earlier, I think there's the lost art of pursuing this game. And that lost art is, I like to put it in these terms, pursuit of the craft of playing this game at a higher level. I think there's so much white noise out there and so much literal confusion. Let's just call it what it is, because it's this shotgun approach where just the reception of so much information and being able to filter it through. I'm going to say it's impossible to do as you're trying to get better, because you don't have the physical experience yet or the repetition work done yet. And so the more often you're constantly trying to tweak a little stroke and tweak a little this and never actually sticking with the one thing for 90 days. I'm just going to work on this one thing. And that's when things start to really shift and get better for players. It's not a constant kind of being distracted by the next nugget, the next little tip. It's really pursuit of the craft, and that's what you see when you see players really kind of making progress. This slow and steady progress is that they're getting some information, they're sticking with a coach that they trust, and they're using those guidelines and being handheld along the path to pursue this craft. Because there's so many layers to it, and you can't understand the next layer in whatever it is you're pursuing until you've built the foundation of it. You can't even see necessarily where you're headed clearly until you just do the work and build the foundation of this one thing. Because then all of a sudden you go, oh, that's what he meant when he was telling me this back here. Mm-hmm. Is that now you get it because you've built the groundwork, you've done the work. Yeah. And that's really the beauty of pursuing this game, is that it just gets more fun, more interesting, more challenging, and it's such a pleasure and a privilege to be able to wow, there's the next level. It's right there because I've done the work down here, So anyway, that's... Well,
look, you're right, and you and I were chatting before we hit the record button today on this episode. There is so much, as you said, there's so much white noise out there, and it's so. And you and I had the benefit of not having YouTube, of not having the ability to quickly at a snap my fingers. I want to dig into some other guy or some other thing, and so we had the benefit of being able to stick with our guy. And I've always told my web tennis people is that, look, I really think that if you really want to do the two things that we're talking about, if you want to become a better tournament player, if you want to get through the next couple of rounds, you're kind of stuck wherever you are, or if you're a league player who actually wants to have a new rating label, then you got to stick with one person. And I said, and if I'm not your guy, that is completely cool. That's completely cool. But make sure that you don't go out there, if you're saying to yourself, oh, I want to become better, and have some guy start telling you about, well, then you got to hit your forehand like Rafa. Or you've got to be able to do this that Fed does. Or you've got to have footwork like so-and-so who's on the tour. Or you got to do this or that. Because what you just said is you've got to get a foundation of the level you're at right now and then make a small step up. Someone telling you that you can hit the forehand like Rafa is going from where you're at now to the impossible thing. It's just, they're just blowing smoke. I won't say the term, but it's the biggest bunch. It's the biggest selling crap of all time. And so again, if you want to look like Fed out there, or if you want to look like Rafa out there, that's your thing, then what? You know what? That's cool. I totally get it. If you want to look like Fed and say to the guys afterwards, "Oh yeah, you see how I'm doing this?" Okay, we're not your guy because we're here to show you what actually works in terms of, and let's be honest, the word senior. If senior's offensive to you, we're not your guys because we're here to help those guys who are playing senior tournaments, who actually want to get through the next couple rounds. We're here to help the 2-5, the 3-0, the 3-5, the 4-0, even the 4-5 guys who want to go up to that next rating label.
Right.
And I'm sorry, trying to copy Fed and Rafa is not going to get you there. So
nope.
I think we've kind of drawn a line in the sand a little bit today, Jeff. Anyway, if you want to learn the real stuff, then hang in there with us. And for starters, go pick up this course. Go pick up this course.
Yeah.
Because it'll help you. It'll help you do what the other gold ballers do in terms of a backhand volley.
What's that phrase? The truth shall set you free.
Well, I think we may have repelled a few players here today. That's okay. That's okay. Guys, well, Jeff, what do we want the fine folks to do right now?
Like us. Share us.
Good luck with that one.
Please subscribe. Like us if you dare.
Yeah, that's right. I like that
Share
one.
us.
I want you to start using that from here on out. Like us if you've got the guts. Right.
If you got the guts.
Right.
Share us if you got the guts.
Right.
And subscribe.
Good.
Let us know what you think down below, and go ahead. Let us know what you think down below.
That's right.
iTunes and Stitcher, rate and review.
Good.
And you know what? Again, share us.
Yeah.
Goldballhunting.com. Send it to a friend. Send it to your doubles partner. Let's set you on the path of that next level. Let's go.
That's great. That's great. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us today. Get out there today, wherever you are. Help someone else have a great day. Jeff, I think we'll have to do this again tomorrow.
I can't wait.